Hello and welcome to No Spin. I'm Nidhi Razdan. The Rajya Sabha elections have just got more interesting, especially in Haryana and Rajasthan, where the BJP's decision to field two media barons has really stirred the pot. In Rajasthan, the BJP has decided to field media baron Subhash Chandra for the fourth seat, making it a contest between him and the Congress's Pramod Tiwari. The Congress is already now accusing the BJP of indulging in horse trading. And then there is Haryana, where Kartikeya Sharma, the owner of the media firm NewsX and the son of former Congress leader Vinod Sharma, filed his nomination for the Rajya Sabha as an independent candidate backed by the BJP. His candidature could damage the prospects for the Congress's Ajay Maken, who was otherwise pretty much guaranteed a walkover. Now, this is because there is a lot of rumbling in the Congress at the moment about outsiders like Ajay Maken being given Rajya Sabha nominations. And disgruntled Congress MLAs in Haryana could actually ditch him for the BJP-backed candidate. So a lot is happening behind the scenes. And is the BJP therefore fishing in troubled waters? My colleague Sanket Upadhyay explains.
So you must have thought that so far the elections for the Rajya Sabha are going peacefully, everybody is fine, people are contesting, they know the result. But just like last time, this time too, an element of cross-voting, a possible cross-voting has been introduced. And in the mix are two media barons, media mughals as they are. First, let's talk about the state of Rajasthan, from where Z Group chief Subhash Chandra is now in the fray from Rajasthan, and India News and NewsX MD Kartikeya Sharma in the fray as an independent, being supported by JJP and the BJP from Haryana. So in Rajasthan, is the BJP trying to extract an extra seat? You see, Subhash Chandra is likely to contest as an independent supported by the BJP, and he's likely to be the fifth candidate from Rajasthan. So four were supposed to be from the Congress, one from the BJP, and now the BJP wants to bring in a fifth candidate, not four but five. Will Subhash Chandra eat into the Congress's Pramod Tiwari candidature? Now, he's a UP leader who has been migrated, and a lot of conversation around these migratory birds of the Congress party coming under sharp criticism. Could he damage the prospects of a Pramod Tiwari contesting from Rajasthan? That is going to be a very big question. What the BJP hopes to do is that small parties and independents, they hope that they will swing towards their side. But Ashok Gehlot is extremely hopeful that at a time, he says, when the BJP tried to break the Congress party and take these smaller parties away, they could not succeed. So what are the chances of them succeeding right now? So this is, of course, a conversation about Rajasthan. Let's now talk about Haryana. In Haryana, Kartikeya Sharma is expected to contest as an independent from Rajya Sabha. Kartikeya Sharma is the owner of India News and the NewsX group. He's also the son of tall former Congress leader Vinod Sharma from the state of Haryana. Kartik is going to be backed by the BJP and the JJP. And they hope that the Congress lineage of Mr. Vinod Sharma could come to his advantage at a time when there is great amount of disgruntlement among the congressmen in the state. Mr. Ajay Maken has been chosen by the central leadership, but Kumari Shailja and Kuldeep Bishnoi of the Congress party are reported to be unhappy about this movement. How many of the Congress MLAs are going to drift away from the Congress's candidate and move towards, say, a Kartikeya Sharma is something which is going to be very, very interesting. So two media mughals, two media barons who are in the fray and who perhaps are this time around going to be engineering the big contest as far as cross-voting is concerned. Will it happen or not? We don't know.
Thanks very much for that, Sanket. Let's go straight across to our panel tonight. We have Pawan Khera, spokesperson of the Congress party. Joining us, Mr. Ramchandra Jangra, who is a BJP Rajya Sabha MP from Haryana. Aarti Jairath and Rashid Kidwai, two veteran journalists who've been following the sort of various twists and turns of all kinds of elections in the country for decades now. Thank you all for joining us today. Pawan Khera, to you first. Is the BJP fishing in troubled waters, and do you anticipate now that there could be quite a contest on your hands?
Nidhi, asking whether the BJP is fishing in troubled waters, I'm sorry, BJP lives in troubled waters. they occasionally come out and do some governance. Otherwise, that's their permanent address. So I wouldn't be surprised. Look at their track record, especially the BJP under Pramod Mahajan also things did happen, but especially under Modi and Shah, whether it was Arunachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Goa, of course the entire Northeast. They tried in Rajasthan. You remember how they tried to disrupt Mr. Ahmed Patel's Rajya Sabha elections. You saw what they did in Madhya Pradesh. So that's where they live. That's what they win elections for. Just to expand. They are very expansionists. Election हार जाए तो भी उन्हें सरकार बनानी है. They now fielding media barons. My first objection is to this: how they manage the media by buying off the owners, by investing in them, by blackmailing them, by bullying them, and now by offering them Rajya Sabha support for Rajya Sabha seats. And then subverting democracy. You don't have numbers, चुपचाप घर बैठिए ना. Numbers है नहीं, चले आएंगे यहाँ भी हस्तक्षेप करने. That's their character. So I don't know why you're surprised. I'm surprised you are doing a show on this. Hats off to you that you are doing a show on this.
Well, I thought it might be interesting. But Ramchandra ji, what Pawan Khera is saying, कि ये मतलब बीजेपी को घर बैठना चाहिए क्योंकि आपके पास नंबर्स तो है नहीं. So why is the BJP forcing a contest? Is it only to trouble the Congress, to force some cross voting, to create problems on that end?
शायद पवन खेड़ा जी इतिहास को भूल गए हैं. हरियाणा में 1982 में बहुमत चौधरी देवीलाल के पास था और रातों रात चौधरी भजन लाल को कांग्रेस ने शपथ दिलवा दी थी जीडी तपासे ने, जबकि समय दिया हुआ था सोमवार को चौधरी देवीलाल को और रविवार को शाम को उस समय के तत्कालीन गवर्नर ने सेंटर के इशारे के ऊपर भजन लाल को शपथ दिलवा दी. और बाद में 1 महीने का बहुमत सिद्ध करने का जो समय दिया गया उसमें जो हॉर्स ट्रेडिंग हुई, वो जो कांग्रेस का चरित्र है, शायद पवन खेड़ा जी उन बातों को भूल गए हैं या इनको याद नहीं है या उस समय ये उसमें सक्रिय नहीं थे.
अरे साहब,
और कौन नहीं. 1 मिनट पवन खेड़ा जी, आपने सारी बात कही है तो सुनिए भी, जरा सुनने का पेशेंस रखिए.
सुनिए तो ठीक है. 82 में चले गए.
हाँ, एनटी रामाराव,
ये चलिए 1857 से शुरू करें.
एनटी रामाराव के साथ इतिहास की जानकारी आपकी किया गया था. बहुमत नहीं था. बहुमत वाली सरकार को उस समय तत्कालीन गवर्नर हिमाचल के रहने वाले रामलाल जी ने जो किया था वो शायद आपको याद नहीं होगा या आप याद रखना नहीं चाहते.
आपने तो सब कुछ भुलवा दिया पिछले 8 साल में.
लेकिन मुझे अच्छी तरह से याद है.
8 साल में जो आप कर रहे हैं ना,
मेरी 50 साल की राजनीति है. मैं बचपन से राजनीति में हूँ और मुझे एक इवेंट इतिहास की एक घटना याद है जो कि इंदिरा जी के समय हुआ. वो एक घटना मुझे याद है जिस तरह से डेमोक्रेसी का गला घोटा गया, बहुमत का गला घोटा गया, बहुमत को इग्नोर किया गया. शायद आप उनको बातों को भूल गए हैं, इसलिए बीजेपी को कहते हैं कि बीजेपी को घर बैठना चाहिए. क्यों घर बैठना चाहिए?
तो अगर ये गला घोटेंगे तो आप भी वही करेंगे क्या? मतलब डेमोक्रेसी.
नो, हमने ये नहीं किया है. हमने अपना उम्मीदवार उठाया है, स्थानीय उम्मीदवार उठाया है, चाहे वो राजस्थान है, चाहे मध्य प्रदेश है, चाहे कर्नाटक है, चाहे हरियाणा है, चाहे महाराष्ट्र है. हमने अपने पार्टी के वफादार कार्यकर्ताओं को टिकट दिया है.
लेकिन रामचंद्र जी, मेरा सवाल ये है कि क्योंकि हम देख रहे हैं कि कांग्रेस में जिस तरह से ये सीटें बांटी गई हैं, नॉमिनेशंस बांटे गए हैं, जिस तरह से लोगों के रिएक्शन आए हैं, क्या बीजेपी इसका एडवांटेज उठाना चाहती है? विच इज फाइन. आई मीन इट इज व्हाट आवर पॉलिटिक्स इज.
अगर कांग्रेस में स्थानीय उम्मीदवार कांग्रेस के पास था ही नहीं और बाहर का उम्मीदवार थोप दिया और इसमें कांग्रेस में अगर कोई रिजेंटमेंट हुई तो इसके लिए बीजेपी जिम्मेवार नहीं है, वो कांग्रेस जिम्मेवार है. और हम अगर कोई स्वतंत्र उम्मीदवार.
I want to get Pawan's response because Pawan, this is a fact. This is the biggest criticism, and you know that your own party colleagues. I'll come to your own reaction in just a moment. But your own party colleagues, there's somebody who's resigned in Maharashtra today. The fact that outsiders are being given tickets. If the BJP is fishing in troubled waters, do you all not have only yourselves to blame, or at least your party leadership to blame?
No, I don't know. I'm wondering, maybe हमारे जो मित्र हैं रामचंद्र जांगड़ा जी ये बताएंगे कि निर्मला सीतारमण जी कहाँ की रहने वाली हैं और कहाँ से उनको टिकट दी है, जरा बताइए ना.
निर्मला तो देखिए, निर्मला सीतारमण जी अपने देश की वित्त मंत्री हैं और उनको थोपा नहीं गया है.
आपका जब समय आएगा तब जवाब दे दीजिएगा. अभी आपका समय नहीं है, आपका समय जा रहा है.
रामचंद्र जी, इन्हें जवाब देने दीजिए. I'll come back to you, I promise.
शांत रहिए, अभी आपका समय नहीं है, अब हमारा समय आ रहा है, अब थोड़ा शांत रहिए, जब आपका समय फिर आएगा कभी तो जवाब दे दीजिएगा, अभी छोड़िए।
चलिए मुंगेरी लाल के सपने करते रहिए।
आपको अधिकार है क्या सपने देखने का? हमें भी है ना,
सपने साकार कर
घर
रहे
जाके सोना है।
आपने पिछले 8 साल में जो किया रामचंद्र जी, तो उसके बाद 82 का इतिहास बताइए, 72 का, किसी को कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला। 8 साल में पूरे विश्व हंसता है अब अपने देश पर, हमारे देश पर।
But Pawan, answer my question.
काम किया।
Is it not the Congress's own doing that they're fishing in trouble watching? रामचंद्र जी, इनको सवाल का जवाब देने दीजिए। The fact that there is resentment about the way these nominations have happened.
I don't see any resentment. Where is the resentment?
Really?
अरे साहब, एक
What
बात
was your tweet about yesterday?
I'll tell you what. देखिए, everyone has a right to try and get something from the party. The party considers everything and then decides based on so many factors, compulsions. We have to respect whatever the party says. I have a right to try and to get something out of the party, and if I don't get it, I respect the decision of the party and I'll fight for both these candidates.
You weren't disappointed, Pawan Khera? You weren't disappointed?
Boss, it's life. I'm a human being. And if I get disappointed, I get disappointed. But then the sanity prevails the moment, the storm ends. There is clarity in the head. Boss, ठीक है, fine, I tried. I didn't succeed. Better luck next time. Let's fight again. तपस्या डबल करो, काम ज्यादा करो, मेहनत अच्छी करो, become a better spokesperson. Why not? Become a better congressman. That's the way I look at life and ambition. There's no harm in having ambition. But I am not, there are two ways. Go the Hemant Biswa way, or the Scindia way, or the RPN way. I don't know what happened to RPN. I don't see his name in the list. Or stick to the Sonia Gandhi way, कि boss 2004 का चुनाव जीत भी गए, हमें नहीं बनना प्रधानमंत्री. That's my way. I like that way. Absolutely, that's what keeps me in the Congress.
Let me take this to Rashid Kidwai and Aarti Jairath, who were very patiently smiling and listening to you all.
झूठ मत बोलिए यहाँ बैठकर, कोई सिटीजनशिप का कोई मसला नहीं था. चले आए हैं झूठ बोलने यहाँ, इस उम्र में शोभा देता है आपको ये झूठ बोलना?
मेरी बात सुनो,
सिटीजनशिप बताइए, अभी बताइए,
ये इतिहास है,
सिटीजनशिप थी,
एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम का
क्या इतिहास?
पढ़िए सारे के सारे कमेंट्स पढ़िए, आपको पता ही नहीं है कि एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम तत्कालीन राष्ट्रपति ने क्या लिखा है, आपको पता ही नहीं है, ऐसे किसी को झूठा नहीं बताते. नो, ये लैंग्वेज को
let me move on from this.
एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम का किताब हमने भी पढ़ा है, ये नागपुरिया इतिहास मत लाइए यहाँ.
Aarti Jairath, let me get you in first. Aarti Jairath, is this the Congress's own doing? Okay, give me a second, I'll come back to you. Aarti Jairath, is this the Congress inflicting this pain on itself by distributing the nominations the way that they have?
Nidhi, when I saw the Congress list, I was really astounded. After this Chintan Shivir in Udaipur, where they made all these pious promises of bringing in new people, making a new Congress, revamping, 50% young people, try to keep out families from, getting more than one position. And then you find, who are these people who've been given tickets? They're all family loyalists. Where is the fresh blood? Where are the young faces? Where is that 50% youth representation that they had promised at Udaipur? And tell me, what does a man like Pramod Tiwari bring to the table? The Congress is a zero in UP. Absolute zero in UP with less than 2% vote last time. Why are you giving him a ticket to the Rajya Sabha? How is he going to help you? That too from a state like Rajasthan, which is going to polls next year.
Exactly.
Should you not have been looking at Rajasthan, accommodating leaders who are important in Rajasthan, putting them into the Rajya Sabha, instead of which you bring in 3 outsiders who, have nothing to do with Rajasthan and who are not going to speak up for Rajasthan in the,
Rashid Kidwai, would you agree with Aarti on that assessment? And do you see that, there could actually be a serious challenge, let's say, to Ajay Maken in Haryana now because of this?
Nidhi, 2-3 things. First of all, fact that it's being talked about that the Congress should have done this or could have done this. I think, there's so few seats and so many claimants. Right or wrong, we can have our value judgment. The Sonia Gandhi's decision would have come under criticism in anyhow. See, whatever happened in Udaipur, as far as I understand in the Congress, if there is any amendment, it has to be get verified and ratified by the All India Congress Committee. Then only this can be followed. So all those 50-50 and one family, one ticket and all, these are the things that are proposals. Unless the AICC endorses it or the kind of Congress party constitution is amended, they are not applicable. But in terms of optics, of course, it looks very bad. But if you look at the list number 2 that Sonia Gandhi had released on the 3 panels about the task force of 2024, you see 8 out of the 6 people figure in that, and they are the ones who are running the Congress organization. So there is a wisdom. Only thing what Sonia Gandhi could have done or should have done was call the meeting of the Central Election Committee, summon those 2 chief ministers, and have some kind of semblance of some consultancy, transparency in deciding.
But by the way, Rashid Kidwai, if I could be a little catty here and ask you, you wrote a story today where you said that there was a Zoom call from London that sealed these Rajya Sabha nominations. Who was at the other end of that Zoom call in London?
Who's in London. I mean, which Congress leader is in London. So anyway, and that's all right. I mean, we are world has become a global village. Whoever is there, so that kind of input was there. But I think Congress should have been more transparent. And one thing about that thing, what our friend from Haryana was saying, see, there is so many. You can't go on saying about 1982, etc. Because you see, anti-defection law came subsequently, and BJP's own government, Atal Bihari Vajpayee government, Aarti would vouch, Pramod Mahajan had moved 2 amendments, open ballot in Rajya Sabha, that was to stop horse-trading.
Yeah.
And the BJP is giving license. If the Congress was doing, I would say the
same
thing about the Congress.
It's way too opaque. Pawan Khera, you were holding your hand up there. Go ahead.
I am very amused by a very senior journalist. I have respected Aarti a lot. Loyalist को ticket दे दी. तो सब क्या disloyalist को दिया जाए? What kind of an argument is this? कि loyalist को दे दिया, तो किसको दे बताइए? बीजेपी से बुला के देंगे साहब. I hope you are not my loyalist. Come, take a ticket. Is that how tickets should be given? That's a very amusing argument. And the way people get away with this argument, oh, Congress always promotes loyalists. तो क्या कौन सी पार्टी loyalist को नहीं देती बताइए मुझे बताइए ना जरा.
I have to reply to this.
No, wait. Let me finish. Rahul is in London, my dear friend, who again I respect a lot, Rashid Kidwai. Unfortunately, Rahul is not our president. So if he's in London, so what? Now, Prime Minister, whether he's in India or Japan or France, he ends up embarrassing India. अब कहीं भी हो वो embarrass करते हैं, टेलीप्रॉम्प्टर लिए घूमते रहते हैं, हिंदुस्तान में हो तब भी टेलीप्रॉम्प्टर लिए घूमते रहते हैं और हंसी उड़वाते हैं अपनी, और विदेश जाते हैं तब भी हंसी उड़वाते हैं हमारी. तो what is this? Let's get rid of this obsession कि राहुल लंदन है. अरे तो क्या हुआ बताइए? लॉयलिस्ट को टिकट दे दी. चलिए आप लिस्ट भेज दीजिए साहब, ये डिसलॉयलिस्ट है, इनको टिकट दीजिए. आरती, come on. Please, one expects better from you.
Come on, but Pawan, there's a difference between, you know what she means. She means there's a coterie, coterie of people around the Gandhis, and they are the ones who keep getting rewarded.
What is this people around Gandhi's business? What is this business about? No, please. No, I am not embarrassed. You better get embarrassed by using strange words because people expect better from you. Loyalist को टिकट दे दी is the worst, the lamest argument I have heard. मैंने इससे ज़्यादा illogical बात नहीं सुनी कि loyalist को टिकट दे दी.
What political
हम कमाल कर रहे हैं. Come on.
Pawan, let me respond.
In UP, I mean, Pawan, come on. Be honest. I mean, I know that your party is going nowhere. You have to defend the indefensible, but
Boss,
there is a limit. You have to at least sound logical when you're defending the party.
I refuse to accept this language, Nidhi, even if it comes from Aarti. What does she mean by party is going nowhere? 2018 में 3 रिजल्ट्स जीते हैं. राहुल गांधी was our president.
Pawan,
तब तो पार्टी जा रही थी कहीं.
I'll come back to you.
Outsiders on that state, and you expect to win that state, and Pawan, that is your state. And you expect to win that state next year.
But Pawan, hand on your heart. Look, be honest. You've been honest about your own. This is not personally about you. But when you have a state like Rajasthan that is going in for elections now, I'm giving you that example. What sense does it make to give nominations to people from outside that state?
Okay, I have an argument for this. Aarti, just because we are not doing well in Uttar Pradesh. So we punish all the hardworking leaders of Uttar Pradesh ki sahab aap kya hum nahi jeet rahe, aap baithe rahiye ab. That's to strengthen the party in. No, you want to laugh? I'll keep quiet. Laugh for a minute. Let the viewers watch you laugh. Okay, I'll keep quiet.
Oh, come on, Pawan.
Are you through with laughing? Are you through laughing?
I'm sorry. You know,
No,
I can't help but laughing.
You can also try and hide your embarrassment by this fake laughter. But let me finish.
You are embarrassing yourself.
Let me finish.
You are embarrassing
let me finish.
yourself.
Okay,
No,
okay,
no,
Pawan,
no,
make
don't.
your point.
Really seems to have a
So let her
definite.
stop
But
interrupting
please
me then.
make your
Okay,
point. I'll stop
Aarti,
laughing.
let him make his points. I'd like Rashid
Yeah,
to
I'll
respond as
stop
well.
laughing.
You know, fake laughter doesn't mean that you are not embarrassed. It also shows you are embarrassed. So wait. Now, if Mr. Pramod Tiwari is being encouraged for holding the Congress flag high come what may in Uttar Pradesh, I am very proud of this decision. I am sorry. I would not buy into this argument. Arey saab, wahan se yahan le aaye. Rajasthan, our workers, we have a government there. They are in power. उनको बोर्ड्स भी मिलते हैं, कॉर्पोरेशंस भी मिलती हैं, some of them are MLAs, उनके काम भी होते हैं. Fair enough. राज्यसभा is not constitutionally speaking meant for, भाई साहब यहीं का होना चाहिए, कभी नहीं होता है. So don't try and criticize the Congress just because you have to. अरे साहब सब कुछ खराब है कांग्रेस से. इस obsession से निकलिए because liberals of this country. Wait.
But look, one second. We have to get back to this point about the lack of transparency in the Rajya Sabha, in the Rajya Sabha process. That's the bigger question today, Pawan.
One sentence.
Yeah.
I want to finish my point.
Yes.
The bimari of the liberals of this country is that there is one pan-India political expression of liberal values, which is the Congress party. उसी को पहले कमजोर करेंगे, फिर कहेंगे अरे साहब कमजोर हो गई. अरे साहब कमजोर करने वाले आप ही थे आरती जी, मत भूलिए. यहाँ हंस रही हैं लेकिन आपने ही कमजोर किया था.
इसीलिए आपको राज्यसभा
अच्छे बुरे को छोड़ दीजिए, अच्छे बुरे छोड़ दीजिए, वो मेरी पार्टी तय करेगी मुझे क्या मिलेगा. लेकिन पहले तो आप लिबरल पॉलिटिकल लिबरल वॉइस को कमजोर करेंगे, फिर कहेंगे देखो कमजोर है.
But Rashid, just on the point of what to expect now, do you see serious trouble then both in Rajasthan, where there is also sort of this resentment brewing against the chief minister, you have factionalism there in the Congress, anger about the outsiders getting tickets. So therefore, are you going to expect to see an Ahmed Patel-like type contest?
Nidhi, we must understand again that Bajpayee government amendment of 2001 or so. See, Rajya Sabha is no longer, council of states. So anybody can contest. We can, question Mr. Pawan Khera and his party on this count. क्या आपने आटे में नमक मिलाना था, आपने नमक में आटा मिला दिया. But that is their doing. See, they will benefit or they will suffer from it. So I don't see, as long as the Congress party remains intact, because as I said, it's an open ballot. Every person who's casting his vote has to show it, and there's going to be a a whip is going to be there. And of course, there is a provision for disqualification. So it's all there. But I am saying that the BJP has so many, I think 22 or so, the nominations they had. In spite of that, they want to encourage this horse trading. They are going back on their own kind of definition of electoral reforms and the amendment that Bajpayee government had carried.
Ramchandra ji, would you like to respond to that? अगर आप इलेक्टोरल रिफॉर्म्स की बात कर रहे हैं, ट्रांसपेरेंसी की बात कर रहे हैं, तो ये हॉर्स ट्रेडिंग करने से तो नहीं होगा ना?
नहीं निधि जी, हम कहीं भी हॉर्स ट्रेडिंग नहीं कर रहे. हमारी पार्टी के उम्मीदवार जितने हमने घोषित किए हैं, वो हमारा जितने मैंडेट हमारे पास है, उन्हीं वोटों के अनुसार वो जीत के अपने राज्यसभा के अंदर जा रहे हैं.
वो तो हो ही नहीं सकता ना. जैसे राजस्थान में तो बिना हॉर्स ट्रेडिंग के हो ही नहीं सकता रामचंद्र जी. वो तो हमने भी अरिथमेटिक देखा है.
मेरी बात सुनिए आप. राजस्थान में जो आप चर्चा कर रहे हैं, सुभाष चंद्रा जी आजाद उम्मीदवार हैं. हरियाणा में जो आप चर्चा कर रहे हैं, कार्तिकेय शर्मा जी आजाद उम्मीदवार हैं.
बीजेपी के सपोर्ट के साथ.
मेरी बात सुनो. संयोग से उनके पिताजी बहुत बड़े कांग्रेसी नेता हैं, पुराने कांग्रेस के नेता हैं, उनके वो लड़के हैं. और अगर कांग्रेस अपना यह खेल आपस में बिगाड़ती है और किसी इंडिपेंडेंट को हमारा समर्थन देने से हमारा विरोधी कांग्रेस हारता है, तो क्या दिक्कत है इसमें? हमारे पास सरप्लस वोट हैं और उनसे कांग्रेस हारती है, हम किसी इंडिपेंडेंट को समर्थन देते हैं, इसमें गलत क्या है? वो हमारा विरोधी दल है, वो हार जाएगा. अच्छी बात है। और ये पॉलिटिक्स है, ये राजनीति है।
ये बिल्कुल that is the problem with how politics is.
जीत रहा है।
All right, well, interesting days ahead. Let's see how this plays out. I do remember Rashid Kidwai and Aarti Jairath will remember being up till what was it, 2-3 in the morning when Ahmed Patel's election happened. That was a crazy night. Are we going to witness something like that again? Let's wait and see. Thank you very much to all of you for joining us. Pawan Khera, good to see you here as well. We'll see you again tomorrow night. Good night.